Hello and welcome to your Saturday morning Chatty Sun Corner, where we talk about what's new, what's coming, and what we really need to have a good chat about. And today we have a packed agenda because, as always, like I always start, we do have quite the number of fragrances that were announced this week as new releases or about to be launched. But today, of course, as always, we are going to start with our tea of the week. Right before that, I do have a little announcement to make. And then we're going to go into the tea of the week. And after, of course, we're going to do our fragrance updates. And today I only have 7 because I have a new section. So that's going to be towards the end of the video. And I'll tell you all about it when we get there. And of course, we're going to have some first impressions. Today, I have the Paris Corner new Khair perfume oils. I have all 4 of them here. And then I also have a niche fragrance that I need to share with you. So, and then of course, after that, as I just said, there's a new section. So we have quite a bit to cover. So let's jump right in. But if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go, fam. All right, so before we jump right in, I just wanted to share with you some good news. So as you guys know, we've had a discount code with So Avant-Garde for a while now, and that code will get you 10% off any purchase that you make on their website. But they recently reached out to me, and we are going to have a special limited time discount code of 30%. Yes, 30%, and that will go from September 26th to September 29th. So if you have like an anniversary, a wedding, a birthday, any special occasion, whether it's for you or for a family member or for a friend that is coming up, this would be the great opportunity for you to pick up a fragrance at a great discount. Now, I'm letting you know way in advance so that you have the opportunity to go to their website and like do some window shopping and decide if there's any fragrance that you don't already have on your wish list, but that you want to consider using this discount code for. Needless to say, your support really means a lot because if this goes well, then maybe we'll get the opportunity to have another discount code such as this one closer to the holidays, which would be so great for all of us. But anyway, I just wanted to let you all know that. And as always, thank you so much for helping me support the channel. Now let's go ahead and jump into our tea of the week. All right, so this week we are going to talk about the fragrance houses that we love, but it's going to be a little bit different. We have a little bit of a twist because what I want to know this week is, do you have a fragrance house that you absolutely love, but that you feel it needs to go through a little bit of a like reinventing itself, right? A little bit like of a shakeup, a little bit of like a spruce up. I mean, we love the fragrance house. We love their fragrances. We own quite a number of their fragrances, but we feel like it's time for a little shakeup, something interesting, something different with the fragrance house. Maybe it's just like switching things up or adding like a new line or a specific type of scent profile that we would like to see them add to their portfolio of fragrances. I don't know, but that would be the question of the week. And around that question, I have 3 very specific questions. And of course, I'm going to share with you my opinion in a minute. But the first one is, and remember, this is all just for fun and it has to be done very respectfully. This is not about bashing a fragrance house or speaking negatively about a fragrance house. This is just about expressing your desire for your favorite or one of your favorite fragrance houses to shake things up a little bit. So the first question is, are there any fragrance houses you think could benefit from a little reinvention? Then the second question, which would be, which fragrance house do you think might surprise us with a new direction? So if you have a fragrance house that you've been like, it just seems like they're heading in a new direction, what fragrance house do you feel may surprise us all by heading in like a new direction? And then the last question is, are there any brands that you're hoping will switch things up or explore something new soon? Okay, so those three questions, of course, are related, but let me just tell you, I have one fragrance house that I absolutely love. I own quite a number of their fragrances, and I will continue to be loyal to them and support them because the quality of their fragrances is just exquisite. And I really, really love the DNA of this fragrance house, whether it's in the, ladies line or in the alleged masculine line, which I own several of those fragrances and I still absolutely love them. And I just think they're unisex. But anyway, so that fragrance house for me is Parfums de Marly. I absolutely love them, but I just think it's time for like a little, something new. I wish that they would surprise us by taking like a new direction. I don't know, like launching an incredible gourmand, even though, yes, I know. I have said many times that we need a break from gourmands, but I think that would be something that would be really interesting, like in the ladies line, if we had like a gourmand that doesn't necessarily make you smell like food, but that is a very kind of like yummy type of fragrance or a super sexy scent. I don't know. I just think that it would be nice if there were a little bit of a shakeup or a little bit of reinventing within Parfums de Marly. And those are just suggestions. I mean, this is just little old me. I just know that as a consumer and as a loyal fan of the house, I really feel that it would be great if they would surprise us by, taking a little bit of a new direction, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let us know in the comment section your answer to all three questions or just one. Or very simply, what is a fragrance house that you would like to see go in a new direction or shake things up a little bit or reinvent themselves in some sort of way? Anyway, let's get started with our updates. All right, so the first fragrance that I have for you today is a new fragrance from Sora Dora. And when I heard that there was a new fragrance coming from them, I was so excited. But then I did more research and I don't know, from the marketing materials, it's giving me like masculine vibes. But let me go ahead and share with you the notes. So at the top we have, are you ready? Because this is interesting. We have gunpowder and clove. Gunpowder, and then at the heart we have paper, blood, and iris. And at the base we have cashmere wood, Virginian cedar, tonka bean, vanilla absolute, and almond. Oh, and amorous. I don't know. Honestly, I just really think this is going to be quite different and interesting. Because, Sora Dora fragrances, I own, I think, 3 or 4 of them. I absolutely love them. They give me an incredibly beautiful and complex olfactory journey, just like I like it. But this is sounding a little bit different. I mean, gunpowder, and then blood, paper, I can do paper. Iris, I love iris. And all the other notes are pretty, yeah. But that gunpowder and blood, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to get myself a sample or a decant. What do you think about this? I mean, the note of blood, very, very interesting. I am pretty sure I don't have any other fragrance in my collection or have ever really tried or heard of a fragrance that has the note of blood in it. Very interesting. I'm not going to blind buy, but I'm definitely going to try and get myself a sample and or a decant. So stay tuned for that. But let us know, what do you think about that? Had you heard of this fragrance? Anyway, moving on. All right, so the next fragrance that I have for you is from D'Orsay. And I just started, really doing a deep dive on that fragrance house. And that I've been obsessed with Flower Lust. But now they're launching Rose Blaze. And of course, this is an extrait, and it's available on their site right now and a couple of other sites, but not a lot of retailers, but very interesting. So the notes of Rose Blaze are peach, rose absolute, benzoin, bergamot, iris, and vanilla. Now, I am really loving that combination of notes. Those notes are not new to us. We have seen those notes in other fragrances, but in my experience, the way that they approach, the development of their fragrances is quite unique and beautiful. So I'm not going to blind buy this one either, but I am going to try and get myself a sample. So, just expect that you're going to hear something about that one, because I'm very, very intrigued to see their interpretation of a rose-centric fragrance, because even though there's iris, I have the feeling that this is going to be more about the rose. And if you saw the marketing material that I just shared, it seems like it's going to be more of a rose-centric fragrance, but I could be totally wrong. But in the meantime, we're definitely going to give that one a try. All right, next, how exciting. So Louis Vuitton is launching 3 fragrances, and these 3 fragrances will all be a part of their Journey to China collection. And as always, these bottles are exquisitely beautiful. This is a collection that's scheduled to be released towards the end of September, like mid to end of October. So we have our time to try and put our little coins together. But I'm not blind buying any of these 3, even though I must say they all sound very, very interesting. But let me go ahead and share them with you. So the first one is Moontail. And Moontail has the notes of peony, magnolia, jasmine, geranium, and raspberry. While I do have fragrances with those notes, I can't really recall that specific combination with the geranium and then raspberry. It's a very floral centric, it seems to me, fragrance with a touch of fruitiness maybe, but they're not disclosing any other notes. So I wonder what will be at the base. What is this going to be a musk-based fragrance? Is this more woody, ambery? I don't know. But being that it's being launched during the month of October, which is the fall season, I'm assuming that there's going to be a certain level of warmth to it. But again, I could be completely wrong. But in the meantime, this bottle will definitely pull us, right? But anyway, so the next one is Ink Mark. Now this is interesting, but listen to these notes. Incense, rose, amber, and sandalwood. That is the only thing that they're disclosing, but I'm going to tell you that I'm already super excited, because rose and incense on an ambery fragrance with a touch of woodiness from that sandalwood, I just think that that's going to smell incredible. I just really have a feeling that that one is going to be a real good one. And again, the bottle, while being very simple, very, very nice, very elegant, and yeah. So the next one and the last one that's being launched is called Rain Tea. Now, Rain Tea, and this is my favorite one, because here we have lemongrass tea, magnolia, and rose centifolia. Now, lemongrass, I absolutely love the scent of lemongrass. And I'm in my fig and tea era. So here they have tea. And I don't think that I'm pretty sure I don't have any Louis Vuitton fragrance that has the note of tea in it. So this is going to be very interesting. And I absolutely love magnolia and rose. I mean, come on, so I just think that's going to be a very beautiful fragrance. I cannot wait. That one, if I can't get a sample or a decant, I may have to blind buy, because I just have the feeling that of the 3, that one is going to be my favorite, even though all 3 really do interest me. These are quite different. I'm kind of loving this. I'm really loving what Louis Vuitton is doing, because I can't remember the name of the one that they launched this year from this same collection. It was like around purple florals. I did go and try that. I did try it on skin, and I was not very impressed. It was beautiful, but it wasn't something like totally different that really allowed me to justify to myself spending that kind of coin. But these three sound like they're going to be very, very special. And that last one, very different. So expect to hear more about that here on the channel at some point. Had you heard of these fragrances? Do any of those really pique your interest? Are you into Louis Vuitton fragrances at all? If you are, which one is your favorite? But anyway, moving on. All right, so here we are next with a fragrance from Atelier and Materi. And I absolutely love that fragrance house. I am really enjoying Vanilla Carbone and Neroli Hasbaya. But now they are launching Black Oregano. Now, Black Oregano, they've only disclosed 3 notes, so that's very interesting to me. And listen to the notes. oud, lime, and oregano. Wow, that to me is a very, very interesting combination, but I don't think that's going to be a safe blind buy at all. Well, I am interested in it because those notes, even though they're a little bit scary, I mean, oud, lime, and oregano, I don't have anything anywhere near that, but I will tell you that it does interest me, but I am going to try it. I will not blind buy this one. I don't recommend that you do that either. But anyway, this one has not been released yet. I don't even have a date of when it's scheduled to be released, but just expect to hear more about that one here on the channel. I am so curious to know what that's really going to smell like. But anyway, moving on. All right, so next we have a designer fragrance. And this one is from Versace. Now, Versace has been very busy, but all fragrance houses seem to be really, really busy this year. But now from Versace, we're getting Crystal Emerald. And I don't think that this fragrance is out yet, but let me go ahead and share with you the notes. So at the top, we have bergamot, peach, and pink pepper. At the heart, we have jasmine, rosebud, sorbet, and raspberry. And at the base, we have tonka bean, incense, and white musk. Now, this fragrance really does sound really interesting to me. I do, to be honest with you, question the timing of this release, but hey, that's just little old me here. Number one, the bottle to me is speaking to like spring and summer, but the notes, some of the notes are also giving me spring, summer. You know, that rosebud, like a very fresh rose, and then sorbet, and then raspberry, and then you have some peach. But then you have incense. Incense and tonka bean pulls in the fall and cooler weather for sure. So I'm sure that I'm pretty wrong. Nonetheless, I'm thinking I'm going to have to try this one. This is not a blind buy for me, not because of anything. I just want to make sure that I'm going to enjoy it if I'm going to pick it up. But it's not that any of those notes are scary to me. Had you heard of this one? Are you into Versace fragrances? What do you think about this one? All right, so now let's go ahead and move into the first impressions. And the first fragrance that I'm going to share with you today is a new release from Lorenzo Pazzaglia. This fragrance was sent to me, and this one is Chimba. And this is the incredibly creative box that it comes in. You know, Lorenzo Pazzaglia is so creative. I just absolutely love his entire, not just the DNA of his fragrance house. I love the fragrances. They're very, very intense always. I have not encountered one that's demure or soft. And I do own several of his fragrances. My favorite continues to be Summer Hammer, but let's see if this one, you know, makes a difference. Now, this to me is like a Spanish term, Chimba, but I could be totally wrong. I could be mispronouncing it, but that to me is a Spanish term. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this fragrance. And here is the fragrance in its box. And I have really not tried this fragrance on skin. When I received it, I was so curious. So I went ahead and of course I did not spray it out because you don't need to spray this one out, but I did spray it. But let's talk more about it. So before I do, let me go ahead and share with you the notes. We have guava, cloves, star anise, passion fruit, peach, cinnamon, and ginger. And then at the heart, we have tobacco, tonka bean, heliotrope, orchid, and damask rose. And at the base, we have cedarwood, sandalwood, patchouli, vanilla bean, benzoin, ambergris, and amber. Those are quite the number of notes. But you guys know how I absolutely love the note of guava. So I have been so excited about finally trying this fragrance on skin. But today I'm just going to go ahead and give you my first impression. But expect a review very soon. All right, so let's go ahead and spray it. All right, so this fragrance opens with a very, very strong guava. And the guava is very real. This is not like a fake guava to my nose. It's a very real guava, but in addition to the guava, the fragrance is opening up with quite a bit of cinnamon and ginger. So it's opening up like a tad fresh spicy. It's not opening up warm spicy to me, but the fragrance is opening with the guava. You have to be a lover of the note of guava in order to even make it through the opening of this fragrance, because this is all about the guava. Now, Let me check the notes, because from the first moment, I'm picking up on like a touch of oud, but I'm sure I'm pretty wrong. You know, there are some fragrances that when they have the note of guava and it's very intense, will give you like a touch of that oud feel. Like there's been a couple of fragrances that I've shared with you through time that have had the note of guava and no oud, but fam members continuously report that yes, there is oud in the fragrance and there really isn't. One that comes to mind clearly is from the Middle Eastern fragrances, Ajwad Pink to Pink. Oh yeah, people tell me all the time that there is so much oud there, and I'm telling them that what's really that powerful in that fragrance is the guava. The guava does, you know, the guava is like a little bit sensitive, but this is a juicy, very ripe guava. That is the scent that it's opening with. That is the scent that I'm continuing to get. And I'm telling you, that fresh spiciness is there. I'm going to put it to the side for a little bit while we continue with others, you know, just to make sure that I tell you everything that I'm picking up. All right. So now let's talk about all of these Khair perfume oils. I have all 4 here for you today. I have the Felicity one. I haven't even opened it, so I am so excited. And then we have the Confection one. And then here we have the Fusion. And last but not least, the Pistachio. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Felicity because that is the one that I have been the most excited about. So this is the cute little box that they come in. And the box is pretty much the same box that the Khair fragrance comes in. That is the box that you're going to get with each one. So let's go ahead and open this one. I just can't wait to see those little tiny bottles. Oh, with like the dropper. I think it's a dropper, or maybe it's one that's designed for you to like rub on your skin. But anyway. Okay, let's see. Oh, how adorable. I mean, I am like a kid in a candy shop right now. Like, I am really, really, I mean, this is so, so, so cute, isn't it? Isn't it adorable? Oh, wow. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this. I guess you unscrew. Yes, you do. I'm going to apply this one on skin. I just cannot, oh, I cannot wait. Oh, do you imagine layering with this? They've got it. They've got it. Oh. Oh, wow. This is so, so exciting. I am not going to lie. This is so, so, so exciting. I cannot wait to take a shower, apply this, maybe all over my skin. I don't know. I don't think I'm just going to dab this in like my pulse points or in any area where I spray. I think I'm just going to do my entire body. Oh, this is exquisite. This is definitely capturing the fragrance. Okay, I'm going to move on because I could just stop. I mean, it is just too cute. I just can't even. But anyway, now let's move to the Pistachio, because the Pistachio would be my second favorite one, or, you know, the second one that I've been waiting for the most. So let's go ahead. Let's see what we have here. If this is as adorable, I'm going to screech, warning, okay? So let's see, and it should be the same, you know? Isn't that adorable? I mean, look at that. Oh, I am not going to apply this on skin right now because, you know, we have other fragrances that we're going to be working on in a minute when I tell you about the new section of our Chatty Scent Corner. So I am not going to apply this one on skin too because it's just too much. And this one is projecting. I mean, the Felicity one, oh, it is projecting and it is giving me Felicity for real. But anyway, this is just too cute. So that's the Pistachio one. And then next, let's do Fusion. That would be my next favorite. And here is the box. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this one. I feel like a kid. Oh, this is so exciting. Like, I really love to layer with perfume oils and lotions and body creams and bath products. I just love that because it creates like an experience. So when I heard that these were coming out, I was so excited, but I just never expected them to be so adorable. Look at this one. Wow. Look at this. Isn't this just absolutely adorable? Just so cute. I am so glad that I waited for you to open these so that you could see my child reaction, because I know. But it's just that this is like way too cute, isn't it? Like, it's too adorable. I mean, oh, and then all of the detail of the original bottle. Like, can you see that? I hope that the camera is picking it up. Like, it has all of the detail of the Eau de Parfum bottle, like the big bottle. Loving it. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving on because if not, we'll never finish. And then of course, the last one is confection. And here is the box. Let's see. I just hope that they also do perfume oils for all the others in the Khair collection. I'm pretty sure that they picked, the most popular Khair fragrances to do these perfume oils for. All right, so this one, here we go. Oh, wow. Now you guys know this bottle is, come on. Okay, this one, I am speechless. Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't even know what to say. Well, anyway, so those are the 4 perfume oils. And yeah, I will circle back with you during probably a Middle Eastern Thursday and give you my full detailed review about each one in case they don't all perform the same. But I'm going to tell you right now that this Felicity one is projecting because I can smell it. So now let's see where we are. Okay, let me pull up these notes again because I'm telling you, I'm picking up things here. Yeah. I'm still getting like that little bit of oud, but I think that I'm wrong. I think that what I'm really getting here is a mix, because now it's coming through to me clearly. What I'm getting here is that guava. The guava is relentless, okay? But I'm also getting the passion fruit, and I'm getting still the same amount of cinnamon and ginger. I'm not getting any of the florals yet. I'm not picking up on tobacco. It is ambery. It is an ambery scent. And I think I'm picking up a little bit of the ambergris. I'm not picking up on vanilla because, again, that guava is so present. Have any of you tried Chimba? I mean, have you guys tried this fragrance? If you have, I really need to know what you think about it and what has your experience been. I'm going to try it on skin. This is not the review day, okay? This was just my first impression. But at first impression, I'm going to tell you right now, this fragrance is all about the guava, first and foremost. But that passion fruit, man, that passion fruit is there. The passion fruit is like competing to be the star, but the guava is not having it. The guava is definitely the star. Now, the guava is not synthetic in any kind of way. The guava to my nose is sweet and it is very ripe. It is truly the scent of a very, when you bite into a guava and it is so ripe that it's almost like juicy. That's what I'm getting. And that passion fruit is there. I'm not getting that vanilla, but I am still getting the cinnamon and the ginger clearly. All right, I'm going to move on, but expect to see a detailed review of this fragrance here on the channel very soon. All right, so as I told you in the opening, today we are going to start a new section of the Chatty Scent Corner. It's like a different part, and it's typically going to be at the end of the video. But let's see how it all works. So in this section, what I'm basically doing is I'm bringing you or inviting you to join me behind the scenes, because I'm sure you wonder, how does this all work? Because I'm constantly sharing fragrances with you. So how does it all come together? Well, the first step is that I need to try certain fragrances and determine if I think that they would be a good fit for what I've come to understand are some of your preferences. And of course, if I would enjoy them. And then I try them, and that continues the process. But during this section, I'm going to bring you behind the scenes so that you can try some fragrances with me. You can see me try some fragrances, but they're typically not going to be, bottles. They're going to be definitely samples and decants, whether they've been sent to me or I pick them up. It doesn't matter. So basically what's going to happen is that we are going to be sniffing and sipping. So this section is called Sniff and Sip. And of course, I'm going to have my drink, which I always have a drink here, but you guys don't know because that's part of the behind the scenes. So that is what we're going to do today. So I have quite the number of fragrances to share with you on the regular, right? So this is not going to be a problem. But today, this section is going to be all about trying. I think that for the most part, they are gourmand fragrances. These are all coming in these little, vials. I think these are 5 mLs, and they were all sent to me by Scent Split. I have a total of I think it's about 9 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and spray them, and I'm going to share with you the notes, and then I will tell you if they are an immediate love or just a like, or no, not really, but anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. But before we start, let me go ahead and do some sipping. Typically, I have water or coffee because it's the Chatty Scent Corner. It's a Saturday morning. But do not be surprised if one of these days you see me with a good glass of Cabernet. Do not be surprised. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start. And we are going to start with a fragrance from Sazva. Now, I do not, let me scooch over so I can show you the bottle. Okay, so I was telling you that I don't own any Sazva fragrances. I have no experience with this fragrance house. Have you tried any Sazva fragrances? But this bottle is looking quite nice and elegant. In the meantime, here is my little sample or tiny decant that was sent to me, which I'm very thankful for because this is really good. I mean, I can really spray this. Look, very, very nice. And I will link everything in the description box because all of these can be picked up from Scent Split, and you guys know that I have a discount code. So anyway, let me go ahead and share with you. So this one is called Fruit du Paradis. And at the top, it has sweet orange and lime. At the heart, it has mango, pomegranate, and jasmine. And at the base, it has sandalwood, vetiver, and benzoin. I can't wait to spray this one. Let's see. Oh, and please let us know if you've tried any of these fragrances. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Wow. This is not a deep love immediately. It's going to be, it would have to be something really out there for me to tell you that I'm deeply in love with any of these fragrances. I typically don't fall deeply in love with a first sniff of a fragrance, but when it happens, I have an immediate reaction to pick up the bottle because I know myself. I know. This is very, very nice. This is one that I definitely want to try on skin and see how I really feel about it. I'm really liking that one. I'm telling you, in the opening, the opening opens up quite citrusy. Picking up more on the lime than anything else in the opening, but it's very, very citrusy. And there's a little bit of tartness here too. It's very fruity also. I'm not picking up on mango or pomegranate because I know I shared that with you. I'm not picking that up. But it may be too soon, because we just sprayed it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put that to the side, but that is definitely, let me mark it because that is definitely one that I want to try on skin. So that was Fruit du Paradis. All right. So the next fragrance that I have here is called Peccatorum. And this is the little vial. And let's go ahead. Have you guys tried Peccatorum? Look at that bottle. Very, very nice bottle, different concept. So let's go ahead and spray it, and then I'm going to share with you the notes. Ooh. Okay, so this one has at the top bitter orange and coffee. It did open with that bitter orange, but it opened up very boozy. Let me just tell you. Whiskey, rum, and cognac at the heart. No wonder, because this is really boozy. And at the base, we have vanilla, caramel, cacao, sugar, whipped cream, and gourmand accord. Okay, so this is definitely a gourmand, but I have to tell you, I'm really not liking it. I'm not gonna lie. It is very, very boozy. It does have that bitter orange in the opening. What I get is like citrusy notes with a certain degree of like bitterness to it. Like the fragrance, the scent itself to me is bitter, but it's very, very boozy also. And I'm not picking up on the sweetness of caramel, maybe because the cacao is bitter too. Maybe that bitterness is the cacao. I don't know, but yeah, this is not a gourmand that I would really enjoy. But I'm going to try it on skin. If anything changes, I'll circle back with you. But once I make up my mind like that, it's really rare. Have you tried this fragrance? Have you tried any of the fragrances? And this is from Doudoir, by the way. The fragrance house is called Doudoir. I hope that I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, that one I don't think is going to be for me. Okay, so the next one that we have here is called Breathe Me. And this one is from Michele Mazzetti Parfums. I don't have any fragrances from this fragrance house. So let's go ahead and try this one. So I must say this one has a very beautiful bottle because that bottle is really, really different and interesting. Have you tried any of the fragrances? Have you tried this fragrance? Is that like a sticker or is that really more a part of the bottle itself? Anyway, let's go ahead and spray it. Ooh. Okay, so the notes here are ozonic notes, sea notes, orange, aperol, and salt. This is giving me cocktail right now. This is really giving me like a mixed cocktail. At the heart, we have wisteria, white wine, red rose, and daisy. And at the base, we have poppy, amber, and Tuscan cypress. I am really loving this one. This is not a deep, deep love to make me run and get the bottle, but this is definitely a love for me. I am loving this, but could it be that this is more of like a summer and spring fragrance? Because this is not giving me, even though it is ambery, it's not giving me fall necessarily. Have any of you tried this fragrance? Would you agree with me that this is more of like a spring summer transition from summer to fall kind of fragrance? This to me is not giving me fall. I don't think that I would pull this one during a cold day. Yeah, because those notes, that seawater note or ozonic note, those notes are present, very much so. But this one, I know that I'm going to try it on skin. And if I really like it on skin, if it smells like this on skin, I'm going to get the bottle. Wow. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so this next one is called Vanilla Pancake, and I'm pretty sure that I've heard someone talk about this fragrance. So here is the little vial, and this one is from Claudio Zucca. Now, I do not own any fragrances from Claudio Zucca Parfums. And this one is called Vanilla Pancake, so obviously I'm sure that this is going to be a gourmand, okay? So before I share with you the notes, let me go ahead and spray it so it can start its process. Have you guys tried Vanilla Pancake? Oh. Okay, so at the top we have chocolate, hazelnut, pancake, and sugar. At the heart we have caramel, cocoa, and orange. And at the base we have vanilla, vanilla pod, and benzoin. So this fragrance, first of all, I am loving that bottle. I really am loving that bottle. So this one is I'm still on the fence about it fragrance. This is giving me pancake, but it's giving me like a chocolate pancake. You know when you take like chocolate chips, you take like those little chocolate chips and you make a pancake, a chocolate pancake? Yeah, this is what it's giving me. I am picking up clearly on that chocolate in the opening. There is a bit of nuttiness here. The vanilla is very present. There is a lot of vanilla here. This is not coming across to my nose as sweet for the most part. No, that chocolate is a dark chocolate and borders on bitter for sure, because I'm not getting sweetness here. The little bit of sweetness that I could be getting must be coming from the vanilla, because there is quite a bit of vanilla here. And there's like a citrusy quality here. You know what? What I'm picking up is really the orange. It's like a combination of the chocolate with the orange in a pancake, if that even makes sense. But that is what I'm getting. Okay, this one I'm on the fence about. Yeah, this one is not an immediate love for me either, but it's not a dislike. This one I definitely have to try on skin and see how I feel about it. All right, moving on. Oh, but before we continue, and in case you're wondering, it's just water in here. But that will not always be the case, okay? All right. So the next one that I have for you is called Lick Me. And I have to tell you, I am loving that bottle. Isn't that like a fun bottle? But again, that bottle is not giving me like fall and winter. Anyway, so this one is Lick Me, and it's from Michela Mazzetti Parfums again. So let's go ahead and spray it. Okay, so at the top we have sugar, whipped cream, and powdery notes. At the heart we have ice cream, cone waffle, and iris. And then at the base we have vanilla and amber. Okay, this is giving me like vanilla ice cream on a waffle cone bowl with a ton of like whipped cream on top. It is a bit lactonic. I mean, this is okay, but it's not really like crazy impressing me immediately. It's okay. I mean, it's a like. It's a like. Yeah. Have you tried this one? Because I think I've heard someone talk about this one too. Not necessarily that I remember the name of the fragrance, but I do remember the bottle because the bottle is very interesting. I'm really loving the bottles of Michela Mazzetti. But this one is just a like for me. I will definitely try this one on skin and circle back to you. If you've tried that one, let us know your experience. It may just be me with first impressions because I've sniffed so many different things. Okay, so this next one is called Happy Apple. And here is my little sample. And Happy Apple, I'm so excited about this one. It's from Boudoir and Boudoir Milano. Yeah, Boudoir Milano, which we tried another fragrance, before this one. But anyway, I don't have any fragrances from Boudoir Milano, so this is very interesting. I'm very excited. But that Happy Apple, oh, that sounds very alluring to me. All right, so let's go ahead and spray before I give you the notes. Okay, so at the top we have condensed milk, lemon, and yeast. At the heart we have green apple, red berries, and coconut. And at the base we have white tea, musk, and vanilla. I am loving this fragrance. This is a love. I'm not going to say deep love. I'm still going to try it on skin, but this is a definite love for me. That condensed milk. This fragrance has a tea note that comes through immediately. It is a tad lactonic. It has a tad of an airiness to it coming from citrusy notes that I can't quite distinguish. And what else am I picking up here? Yeah, I'm not getting coconut. Yeah, that is what I'm getting. That's all that I'm getting right now. But this one is one that I'm going to try on skin for sure, and I will circle back. You can expect to see that one here on the channel. Happy Apple, loving that one. That is my favorite so far, for sure. Okay, so this next one is also from Boudoir Milano, and this one is Not a Cake. And I really feel like I've heard someone talk about this. All right, so this one, okay, here we go, Not a Cake. Okay, I'm not liking this opening. Yeah, this is definitely not a cake. This is definitely not a cake. So at the top we have pineapple, cinnamon, and candied fruits. At the heart we have biscuit and coffee. And at the base we have vanilla and sugar. I am not enjoying this one. Yeah, this one's not going to be for me. Now I'm getting pineapple, but that opening, ooh, that was not a nice opening. But in all fairness, I really should try it on skin because you never know. On skin, things can be totally different. But yeah, this one is not cutting it for me. Yeah, I will maybe circle back to you with this one once I try it on skin. I will try to try it on skin. I can't promise that though, because I'm really not feeling that one. I'm really not. I'm not getting cake. So the name Not a Cake is right on. Okay, so this next one is yet another one from Sazva, and this one is called Le Notti di Goa - Satna. And here's the little vial. And I will tell you, I am loving their bottles. Their bottles are beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this one. And let me share with you the notes. Oh, wow, we have a lot of notes here. Okay, so at the top we have mango, liquor, plum, peach, rosemary, and mandarin orange. At the heart we have tobacco, coconut, jasmine, moss, violet, iris, geranium. And at the base we have amber, leather, labdanum, cedar, honey, and patchouli. This is giving me fall all the way. This is giving me like bordering on gourmand fall scent. Very elegant, very sophisticated. This is a very, very nice scent. You're not going to smell like food, but you're going to smell yummy for sure. This one is a go for me. Yeah, this one is one I'm definitely going to try on skin. This is giving me like Killian Angel Share vibes. It's not the same scent, okay? It's not the same scent, but it's giving me like if you added some stuff to Killian Angel Share, like if you use that as the foundation and then you added other notes. Yeah, expect to hear about this one, but this one I'm really enjoying. This one was a real good one. I think that, yeah, still the other one is this would be my second favorite from this group right now. This is really, really good. Have you tried this fragrance? Have you tried any of the fragrances of this fragrance house? And do you have one that you really, really love? Can you please share and let us know why? Yeah, but this one is a definite try on skin. So expect to hear more about that one on the channel. All right, so now we're going to do the last one for today. And this one is Michele Mazzetti also, and it is called Pop Me. Now, Pop Me has at the top popcorn and toffee. I'm sharing before I even spray it. So at the top, it has popcorn and toffee. At the heart, it has sweet notes and cotton candy. And at the base, we have puff pastry and icing pink, or pink icing, right? So here we go. I am not enjoying this one. So this one to me opened like confused. This is what I call a confused scent, okay? At the top it says it has popcorn and toffee. I'm not getting popcorn. I'm not getting toffee. What I'm getting is like a waffle. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, like a waffle scent. It's not the puff pastry. No, I'm getting like waffle. Yeah, this one, I'm not getting cotton candy at all. I was so excited because cotton candy is at the heart of the fragrance and the opening was toffee. I mean, a toffee opening would have been great. Yeah, this one is not going to be for me either. I don't even know what to make of this. I really should give it a fair shot and try it on skin, but I really don't know what to make of this. I'm just totally confused now. Yeah, because I was expecting one thing based on the notes and I'm getting like something totally different. All that I'm getting, I'm telling you guys, is like waffle scent. You know, do you have a waffle machine at home? You know, one where you could just throw the batter and then you can just make the waffle and that's it. Like, yeah, like when it's cooking, that is what I'm getting here. I'm not getting cotton candy at all. I'm not getting toffee, popcorn faint, maybe in the background. I'm not getting those candy, like sweet notes. No, I'm not getting much of any of that. Anyway, I don't think this one is going to be for me, but I really should try it on skin. I don't know, because there's a lot of them. I am definitely going to try on skin the following. Let me tell you the ones that passed this test for me. The Sasva Fruit du Paradis, the Michele Mazzetti Breathe Me, what's the Duduar Milano Happy Apple. That is my favorite of all. Then Duduar Milano Not a Cake. I don't know about that one. Then Sasva Sapna. Yeah, definitely. And then this last one, Pop Me. I don't think so. So yeah, so those are the results of our sniff and sip of the day. All right, fam. So we've reached the end of today's Chatty Scent Corner, and I hope that this was enjoyable for you. Let me know what you think about our new section, Sniff and Sip. Did you enjoy that? Do you want to join me behind the scenes, for more of that testing in the future or other things that I may share with you from behind the scenes? Because there is so much work that needs to happen before I even put together, a video for you. So as always, what am I going to say next? I want you to have not just an incredible Saturday, I want you to have a very joyous and highly blessed entire weekend. Sending you much love and blessings. As always, thank you so much for hanging with me today, and I will see you all in the next video.